Are you one of those people who seek out a lottery win in order to build wealth? Are you one of those people who is always contemplating what lottery to invest in or which means of gambling pathway to take in order that you can build wealth? And is it possible for somebody to build wealth this way? These are some of the things that we're going to be talking about here. So pull up a chair and let's get started. Welcome back to Ira Living. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at buying lottery for wealth building and whether or not this is a pathway to take. In so doing, we're going to explore 3 different things, and then at the end of which you can decide whether or not this is your ticket out of your situation or if you need to find alternative means. Although wealthy people sometimes buy lottery or engage in other means of gambling, what's at stake for wealthy people and poor people are very different. Many wealthy people who participate in such activities are doing it as a means to escape their stress and tension, whilst poor people are normally doing so as a resort to finding out whether or not they can escape their lifestyle of poverty and finally get to live a life that they have aspired to. And is this really a means of escape? And what does statistics have to say about it? Have you ever noticed the countries that plays lottery significantly? And have you ever noticed the locations in which these lottery offices or facilities are placed? If you really have taken the time to notice, you will recognize that although countries that are considered developed do play considerably high numbers of lottery competitions, countries that are considered underdeveloped or developing play it in a significant high numbers, and people are constantly buying it because they believe categorically that they have the propensity to win and therefore be able to find a quick way out. And before they know it, they are in deep, spending so much money and not recouping much, if any. And it is in these communities that are being ravaged by these gambling institutions and establishments where you find that people are spending the last bit that they have because that's all they have, and all they need is a win so that their life can be changed and turned around, because that's their way that they feel that they can get to the other side. Well, there are lots of other ways that we can do so, and those are some of the things that we need to examine. But we're also understanding of the fact that sometimes people have gotten to rock bottom, and these are ways that they look for to see if they can get a way out of their predicament. However, oftentimes what it does is get them deeper and deeper into the mess that they're trying to escape from. The second thing why people end up buying lottery, because in the first we identify where the stores and the selling facilities are usually located. So first, it gives them accessibility. It's easily accessible because it's within their reach. And secondly, what we look at is the fact that they believe that they have a probability, a chance of winning. And there are many different ways that have been created because the lottery industry have become very creative at making it attractive and convincing people that they have the chance of winning. And so they give that probability or the chance that they will win when they participate in buying a ticket or buying a set of numbers. But really and truly, the probability of winning is so minuscule. In many scenarios, for someone who have been buying it for a considerable number of time, to win is 1 in the millions or tens or hundreds of millions, depending on the country and the population size of those countries. Also, mathematically, depending on how many different numbers that are played. So, for example, if you have one where 3 is played versus one where there are 6 or 7 or 5, the probability becomes increasingly more difficult for somebody to win because of the various combinations that need to be hit and gotten correct in order for individuals to win. And of course, there are times when people do win, but the overturning of that total amount that it has arisen to each time because no one has won the jackpot makes it even more intriguing that somebody believes that they will be that lucky person who ends up winning. And the reality is, it is even increasingly more challenging that they're going to get that chance at winning. The next thing to look at is how to handle the wins when it does occur, because wins do occur for many people. And a lot of people who bounce back from winning and thrive and succeed are people who are already aware of how to manage money and to manage it well. Many of these people enter into buying lottery as a syndicate of a group of people who want to impact change in their community by doing charitable work. And so they come together and pool up and they make this investment to buy this lottery. Some of them are through postcode lottery. Other people go out and they buy their numbers independently, and after many buys, they've managed to get a win of some sort. The way in which this money is paid out is also a factor that is going to determine how much of that money that the winner receives and how much is then paid out as tax. After tax has been taken into consideration, the effectiveness of maintaining that money boils down to how well people can manage money. And many people who have won the lottery, there are several videos that you can find because there are lots of research and investigation that has been done into lottery winners. And a significant number of people who have won lotteries in the past have ended up worse off in the end than they were before they won the lottery in terms of their financial, health, emotional circumstances, because of the fact that they lack the comprehension and the skills required to manage the win that they have received. Because financial literacy, financial awareness is such an important part of handling money, no matter how small or how large. And it's not about how much money people have, it's about how people manage the money that they do have. And therefore, even with winning the lottery, doesn't guarantee that people are going to grow and build wealth. Because if they don't know how to manage that money in the first place, it will soon depart from them and leave them even in a worse situation than they were before, according to the research and the statistics that are available out there. It's important to remember that financial literacy is revolutionary. It has transformed my life, and I believe that it can do the same to yours.